Alright, so I got exams this week and it's freaking nuts, man. I swear. I'm walking around, I'm seeing like chicks crying, chicks breaking down. I'm looking over to my right, I'm seeing dudes, freaking sacrificing their cousins. But it's freaking nuts out here, man. Mass hysteria. And whenever there's like a big test or exams, you always have a few different groups of people, right? You have those, genius students who are like, immigrant parents who, they're gonna get a 90 no matter what, right? There's always that one chick in history class and she's got those notes, with the freaking flowers on it, with all the markers and stuff. She's getting a 90 no matter what. But you also got those students who are, deficient, let's just say it that way. And they're, whatever happens, no matter how much they study, they're fucking failing and they're getting a 50, a 60, whatever. And something you might notice about this, and Hamza has talked about this in his confidence video, that both of these students, the guy who knows that he's gonna get a 90 no matter what, and the guy who knows he's gonna fail no matter what, both of them walk into the exam room with confidence. The only people who don't have a confidence when walking in are the people who are kind of like the middle students. They get B's and C's. They're not maybe like 70s, 80s. Not the best, but not the worst, right? It's always those students who always have the most, the ones who are most, fucking busting in their pants when, walking into the room all nervous, all unprepared. But these students, these genius students and these freaking deficient students, they have this confidence because they have one thing, they have experience. The nerd knows he's getting a 90 no matter what, so he's chilling. The guy who's failed time and time again, he's chilling too, because he knows that if he fails this, he's gonna be fine because he's been fine every single time so far. Both of them have this experience in themselves, right? That they know that they're gonna be fine no matter what. Even though one is fucking, ace in the class and the other is freaking, yeah. And for me, I'm not one of those freaking nerds, students who's fucking studying all day and night, who has no life, who's just, living inside of a book. But I'm also not one of the guys who's failing the class. Like, I get pretty good grades. I'm thinking like 90s, some 80s here and there. But I'm not a fucking nerd who studies. But I've experienced both ends, right? I've experienced that genius, confidence and that, fucking deficient confidence. Because I know that I got that chemistry exam and I'm not gonna fucking study for that. But I know I'm gonna do pretty well on it because I've been doing well without studying so far. Even if I, look at that exam and I get it and I'm just staring at the bitch, written in Arabic or written in Hebrew or some shit, not knowing anything on the test, I still know I'm gonna be fine. Because I've been through situations like that and I still get a decent mark out of it. I know if I get that chemistry exam and I know shit on it, I know nothing on it, I'm still gonna get at least a 70. And I'm not trying to like freaking flex on you. Like, it's not really a flex, man, because I'm a dumbass in real life. Like, you've seen in these videos, man, I'm on self-improvement for a fucking reason, bro. I'm a dumbass. But still, for the classroom, for those exams, I know that I'm chilling. I have this confidence about it. But most guys don't. They're either all, fuck, I gotta study, I gotta do this, or they're procrastinating, not doing it, and then they feel, shitty when the exam actually does come because they know they're not prepared. Or you have the dudes who are just fucking, fucking jizzing themselves senseless, who are freaking seizuring out, not taking their pills, and they're just freaking out about fucking nothing, man. I'm gonna speak for all of them here because that's what we do on this channel. They lack experience. Like I said earlier, they don't have the experience to get that confidence. Most guys haven't tried at anything. They don't even know what it feels like to fail when you really try hard and give something your all. So when some exam comes by or they see some 50-kilo woman, they're fucking going insane, and they're jittering around, they're freaking getting all freaked out for nothing. They get all nervous because they've never felt that kind of failure before and they don't know if they're gonna be okay or not. And of course these guys, if you're one of those guys, you're not thinking to yourself like, oh, because statistically I've never experienced failure, so I don't know what's going on. Like, you're not thinking that. But it's at the back of your head. That's what you're feeling subconsciously. They've never tried at something so hard and then failed and then get fucking a punch in the temple by life. Who knows? Because they don't want to feel failure because they're too lazy. And if you ask me, bro, their entire life is a fucking failure. So they don't get that one, shot to the face of failure when they, get rejected, or when they try at football and they fuck up, or they don't get a starting position, whatever it is. They don't get that, immediate feeling of failure, of fucking up. They've just eased into a life of being comfortably numb. Let's say I'm actually fucking panicking because I've been doing shit throughout the semester in this class in chemistry, let's say. I would still have this confidence because I know who I am and I know what I've done in my life so far. And, being on self-improvement and setting these goals and, getting fucked up, getting rejected, setting these goals, not hitting them, having to fucking replan, retry things out, completely change my strategy, when it comes to business, when it comes to working out. Bro, God knows how many freaking workout routines I've tried that didn't do shit for me. But I know that no matter what happens, I'm either gonna be okay or I'm gonna be able to see it through. I'm gonna be able to figure something out. Like, I have that confidence in myself, and people call it ego, and maybe it's ego, man. Maybe it's fucking ego, but I see ego as an advantage. I use my ego as an advantage. I know that I believe myself that I can get out of any situation, no matter how, bad it may seem at the time. I know that I'm gonna see it through, that I'm gonna make it out, because I have every time so far. But when you don't have that experience in just your general life, how can you expect yourself to walk around with this confidence, knowing that, whatever happens, you're gonna be okay? Because you're not. You don't know that. You've never felt anything. You've never felt any type of negative emotion like that. You've never felt that, spinning back fist of life. And that sounds cliche, like you see all the motivational speakers, the gurus, the fake self-improvement YouTubers. They say, oh, go out there, try it, give it a go, and experience failure. Failure is good for you. But really, this is not really about failure, because I don't think you're scared of failure. I think that's a subconscious fear you have at the back of your head. But I think what's stopping you from trying in your life is being comfortably numb. And maybe it's not that bad. You're decent. Maybe you have like a girlfriend. She's kind of a 4. She knows you. She lies to you all the time. She's probably out there cheating on you. But it's not the worst. There's pretty bad relationships out there. Yeah, it's the best you got, right? You're comfortably numb, man. And I fall into that sometimes. I'm probably in certain areas in that right now. And really, the way to get out of being comfortably numb is, it's kind of a hard thing to say. Saying that, it's not as bad as it could be, so you don't have the incentive to change. I've been in that. And the way I've gotten out of it is that, I'm in it for some time. And then I just get walloped, bro. I just get fucked. I get a fuck this event. An event that happens to me where I'm like, fuck this. I gotta make a change. I gotta do something. I can't keep living my life like this. Something that really hits you. I've heard Andrew Tate say this. He says, we only learn things the hard way or the harder way. You're wrong! But you felt it before when you see that girl you want to talk to and you just don't. Bruh. You're like, oh, I've been watching, some self-improvement. I just gotta, make the first step and go. But you don't. Now that you're watching self-improvement, you're seeing all these freaking opportunities around you. Things that you should be doing. And you lie to yourself. Tell yourself all these freaking reasons why you can't do it. Like, oh, well, I can't do that. Oh, well, I can't get a gym membership. I can't afford it. There's not a gym near me. You make up all these I don't even have to tell you that they're excuses. Because if you're not bullshitting yourself, you know that most of the things you tell yourself to prevent you from actually taking action on self-improvement, they're lies. They're no better than the lies that everyone else around you is telling you to keep you with them. Get back and Call of Duty. Let's stop. Why are you trying to fucking self-improvement? What are you talking? Shut up, bitch! Probably today you've seen one opportunity, maybe at least one thing that you should be doing, that you could have done, that you would want to do, but you just didn't. And you might not be able to act on that now. But I'll tell you this, every time I waited for another opportunity to come by, it was more a chance for me to think of a new excuse, a new reason why I couldn't do it. It was more time for me to overthink of why I can't go up to and talk to that girl. It was more reasons why I actually can't do, because we're fucking smart, dude. We're too smart for our own good, humans, right? So we can figure out any little excuse out of a situation. When you give yourself time to think, you're less likely to act. So we have to get in go mode, that fight or flight mode. We're attacking something, we're going after something. And you know what that is for you, man. It could be fucking, I'm not gonna even say what it could be. You know what it is for you. If you actually stop and think about it. If you actually let this be of use to you, instead of just watching these videos just as, as entertainment, I'm just, see what Johnny's self-improvement stuff like. And when you do start taking action, and you start taking advantage of those opportunities around you, you start living your life, you start experiencing life. Both ends, you start experiencing those wins, those successes. If you start small and use progressive overload, but you also experience those failures, because as up the ante, as you keep going, as you get the ball rolling, you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna get a fucking snowball right to the eye, man. It's gonna fuck you up. You're gonna freaking, stub your toe on a freaking bed frame. You're gonna get freaking tackled by a dude for just walking by on the street, man. Anything can happen, bro. But it's those both ends of the spectrum. Not that kind of spectrum. But it's those both ends of this duality that give you that confidence. Knowing that you can succeed, and also knowing that if you fail, you'll be okay and that you'll see it through. So when you go to that exam that you're not fucking prepared for and that you haven't studied for and you won't study for, you can still have this confidence and know that you'll be able to make it out and it won't fuck with you in your head. Who knows, bro? You might actually act better. With this newfound confidence, you might actually perform better on that test, that exam, because you won't have that blockage of self-doubt in your mind, blocking that information from getting to you. I don't know, that might be a little bit too much bro science. Don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. Peace out. Subscribe, bitch!